Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction for Tower of God Chapter 410 or Season 2 Episode 330. So yeah, it's gonna, again, every time we jump up a series of 10, it takes a second to get used to saying the numbers different at the beginning of each video. But yeah, either way, this is not looking like it's gonna be a day late. I actually have the microphone working this morning. But I'm basically working with two broken mics, so I really do need to set up the Patreon. I'd planned to do it this weekend, but I am going to do it as soon as possible. But I just spent the weekend working on answering comments and working on videos and stuff. And the reason I was bringing that up is because I tried to answer most of you. I got to most of your comments, catching up to them. But I still have a few that I haven't answered yet from last week. But the way I think I'm going to make up for it and being late on Hot Q&As and the discussion of Tower of God there is I think I'm going to do a Hot Q&A Thursday and then another one this weekend to catch up where I haven't done one like 2, maybe even 3 weeks. So yeah, you'll get more Tower of God discussion on all the topics from the comments and stuff there. I just wanted to tell you while it was fresh in my mind before reading to let you know what was going on there. And of course it's the first week of the month, so it's going to be a busy week. But yeah, at least that's what I'm planning for right now. But either way, let's get into reading 410. We're kind of at basically the same place we were last time. Bomb has the Black March. We have Yuri facing off with Chonhee basically confirmed. And we saw some really, really good stuff with Kallavan and with Jinsung. So we got a lot of good stuff last time. But as far as where we are, it's kind of the same. It's kind of the same place. One thing I noticed though, that when I was going through and answering all those comments this weekend, one thing that I didn't bring up in the review last week that I did notice was we didn't see any of Kun Royale Elliot or of Evankel's fight. So with that, ordinarily I'd be like, if there's a lot going on, it's fine, we'll get to it when we get to it, see parts of it here and there. But I am a bit worried because, as we all know, CU has had this bad habit, especially lately, of just being like, oh, this thing I've built up to for a while and is actually kind of important and people want to see, no time, it happened off screen. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully we don't get just a, it happened off screen. So let's get into reading. We're starting off with this Wind Susanoo going on from Chonhee. If you resist, Princess, I'll have to I'll capture you by force if I have to. Okay, and we have Yuri pulling out Green April. Aren't you showing your true colors a bit too suddenly, Chonhee? Tower of God, 44th floor, last station, Kallavan, 4. Alright. You still haven't gotten rid of that casual attitude of yours, even now that you're a princess. This is just what I expected. Oh, and we're getting a Yuri flashback. Okay. You're not fit to be a princess, Princess Yuri. Back when Princess Yuri was climbing the tower as a regular. Middle area, Ha family training ground. Thank you for the lesson, Chonhee. Well done, Princess. You're still a bit casual in the way you move. Try to focus even harder. Okay, we have pigtails, Yuri. I'll practice 100 times to get it right. Yuri Ha, D rank regular. Okay, so this was her at about, I guess, the same place Bomb is. How's the princess doing? Thank you so much. Excellent. She'll probably become a ranker without any trouble. Okay. Isn't that obvious? We're talking about the most talented person in our family, after all. But excessive praise isn't good for anyone, and Chonhee looks way different then. The most talented person in the family. You call a girl with a weak punch like that. Chonhee Ha, A rank regular. Okay. The most talented person in our family. I've known since back then, because of that nonchalant personality of yours, that casual way of talking and acting. Okay, so now we're seeing the jealousy of Chonhee being looked over as the most talented. Despite being an A rank regular, she wasn't chosen as princess. And despite, like Yuri said, her always being the stronger one, she just wasn't chosen to get that power. But either way, I thought you might have come to your senses, now that you're a princess. But if anything, you're even less aware of your own status than ever. You were never worthy of being a princess from the very start. If you're just going to harm our family's reputation, you might as well die right here. Why the hell does our family leader like you so much? Oh, that's because I've always been pretty, says Yuri. Anyone would agree that I'm way prettier than you. You little. When are you gonna stop messing around? She goes for a wind attack. And then we cut away to Andrasi bonging in to where the prisoners are. Andrasi, me saying, send my coordinates to the nearest warship. Got it. Okay. Right. You'll never get away, and we have the director going in for his attack. Fuck. Oh, wow, they dropped a fuck. Okay, translators. That crazy regular. Stop him, Charlie. Let me try this again, he thinks. White noise. And of course, because Bomb has been hit by it once, it probably won't mess with his senses again. Alright, the orb is whirring. Shinsu black hole sphere. Holy crap. Just what the hell's that light? I've never seen a light that neutralizes Shinsu like that. Okay, so of course he's probably using that colorless Shinsu to suck in the other people's Shinsu. With that regular with the ignition weapon has powerful attacks. Plus, that light that neutralizes all Shinsu makes it hard to attack from a distance. I can't get rid of him unless I get closer. He can't keep that up forever, so I'll just wait a bit. But then again, it would be humiliating if I wait too long and he runs away with the hostages. Most of all, it would hurt my pride. So he starts charging. Black March. Endless Sky. Alright. And then we have Og, but it looks... Can't tell if Charlie was actually hit or not, though. Jeez, this is incredible. But wait, did that kid just say Black March? That can't be. And again, Charlie, a bit of a dumb scrub, not even knowing Black March, even though like a ton of characters, the first time they saw it, were like, oh, that's totally Black March, including regulars. But either way, that can't be. And then... Is this him bringing out those swords? Or is this, Sharon jumping in? Oh yeah, it's Sharon. That black needle. How the hell did you get your hands on Black March? Answer me, regular. What? A high ranker from the army? Why did a division commander come this way? A high ranker, thinks Bomb. I feel some intense power coming from that red thing. Now I understand why the vice squadron leader gave us that order. It's time to get rid of you. Okay, so Bomb is still in a lot of trouble, but still like, well, I mean, he's kind of handling it well. He's just like, crap, not again. But we're cutting away to see Ginseng again. This has been a good chapter so far. I'm like less than halfway through, it looks like, and a lot of things have happened. But we got Ginseng now. Has it been so long that you've forgotten? My body's way tougher than you people from the Ha family. Gee, thanks for taking the time to teach me like this. Okay, and Ginseng's hand is throbbing from trying to punch him. When you're around me, your advantages as a member of the Ha family disappear. You'd better brace yourself for a whole new world of pain. Whew, I don't know how the Ha family got this reputation for only having thick skin. This is all because of those stupid younger idiots using their bodies as sandbags without any real skills. And the Ha family were actually technicians, and he starts using Shinsu. Ginseng Ha style, Shinsu boost. Alright. Now, we have this blinding Shinsu all around Kallavan. That's a really good panel of his face. Iron defense. Alright. I don't know what kind of guys you've beaten in fights before, but don't think for a second that I'm like them. I'm a very special guy, even in the Ha family. Okay, and it looks like it actually broke Kallavan's nose and he's cracking it back into place. Keep that in mind. And then he rushes in himself. They start both going at it with close range attacks. Alright. Lethal move. Demonic Storm. Yo, and Ginseng gets a shot off. Okay. Which is again something that I brought up in the review. Of course, Siu said in the blog last week that Kallavan had the tougher body, but Ginseng might have the better technique. Okay. Damn. We see the effects of it going out from behind him. He really is incredible, thinks Kallavan. and he gets knocked back a little bit. Division Commander, that enemy seems to have some extremely powerful skills. We should get in there too so we can catch up with the advance guard. Don't be silly. We would only get in the way in that fight. Besides, the squadron commander hasn't even unleashed his real power yet. Just watch. You'll see how strong the squadron commander is. Are you curious? Says Kallavan. What? Once he decides to fight for real. Don't you want to know what I saw when I obtained the essence of bravery before? You saw something. What was it? 3,000 years ago, I decided to take the essence of bravery after hearing what you told me. After smashing the statue, I felt a bit of regret, and relief, as well as fear and excitement, about the power I was about to obtain. Okay, and we see him with the essence. Then, when I finally put my hand on the essence of bravery, I saw the past. Okay? In the past, I saw the back of a man. Okay. He was massive, and the muscles on his back moved almost as if they had a life of their own. Every single muscle on his body seemed to be in just the right place, which told me he must be a complete master of martial arts. In my vision of the past, he just kept fighting and fighting. He must have been living in an ancient time with constant wars, because everywhere he went was a battlefield, and in every battle he wouldn't stop fighting until blood flowed like a river. Eventually, when he stood on the mountain of bodies he created and looked out over the battlefield in the tower, I think he realized something, because he stopped fighting, and sealed himself in a gem. That gem was called the Essence of Bravery. My ancestors must be descended from someone who knew him. When he sealed himself in the gem, only then did I make eye contact with him. His eyes looked so tired of killing and full of regret. Those weren't the eyes of a warrior. They were just the eyes of a person filled with sadness and regret. But ultimately, I gained that power of his, and his power which had been sealed away for so long became mine. To be honest, after getting the power of the essence of bravery, I regretted it. This power was sealed away by someone who reached the absolute limit of bravery. Once I had this power, I wondered if I might end up facing the same kind of tragedy as that man. That's why I refused your offer. And I tried to just hide away in my hometown forever. Then what happened? Why'd you suddenly change your mind and leave? Because staying there won't make wars and tragedies disappear, because there are so many different species, groups, and families fighting each other in this tower. But what if I make everything surrender to this one overwhelming power? Tragedies would vanish and the world would be at peace. I've made up my mind. I'm going to unite every single person, family, and belief under this power. You've got to be kidding. How the hell did you come to a conclusion like that? You insane? Gave you all that help and now you've turned into a total psychopath. Of course, my power alone might not be enough, since this tower is such a vast place, but I met someone who'll make my dream come true, while I was fighting to gain more power. King Zahard. The one true king, an omnipotent and omniscient being. I'm going to use this power to make everyone surrender to the king. Whoever stands in the way of my utopia will simply be destroyed. Okay, so I like this. Again, I love that Kallavan has this very deep characterization with his motives and who he is. Like, he's working under King Zahard, who's pretty damn evil, but at the same time, he's doing it because he wants to stop wars. They say psychos with conviction are the scariest kind. The bastard really is terrifying. Alright, Kallavan, Essence of Bravery, and we have like these jets of Shinsu coming out of his forehead and the backs of his hands. Okay. Transcendental skill, it just says transcendent, but we've seen transcendental skills before. Transcendental skill. Holy hell. Atomic explosion. I knew it. I made the right choice. No matter what happens, I can't let this lunatic to the last station. And we have the cigarette being burnt up in the explosion. Okay. Again, really, really good. Especially it was mostly action, but especially the Kallavan and Ginseng stuff, because Kallavan is such a compelling character. Like, he is really, really well written. And I feel like there's a very good chance he could kill Ginseng here. Of course, it's something that Ginseng's the mentor character. They tend to die. Everybody's been saying he could very easily die here for, like, the entire time. I think it's totally possible that it could happen, though, because Kallavan is badass as hell, and he seems like if he does kill Ginseng, that he is going to be like one of Bomb's final hurdles or whatever, that Bomb has to defeat in order to get to Zahard. So, yeah. It's also interesting to me that I thought when he was giving that speech, I thought Kallavan was going to be like, so I've decided I'm going to take this place over, so eventually I'm going to surpass Zahard, but no, rather than that, he wants to use his power to make everybody fall under Zahard, which I guess, if he wants to stop wars, I guess is the more peaceful option, because he wouldn't have to war with Zahard that way. So yeah, I suppose that's it. My battery is running really low for some reason, even though I've not really been recording, but for like 16 minutes. But either way, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like if you did like the video, comment down there. Tell me what you thought of this chapter, what you thought of my thoughts on it. Subscribe for more. Tower of God much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel or talk to you there. And if you want a link to our Discord server to talk to me or more of us about Tower of God or anything there, just ask and I'll give you a link. That's it. Sorry my voice has been crappy. I guess it's because it's first thing in the morning, but yeah. So thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.